Elizabeth Warren has released her gun control plan that she will implement if she becomes president, and this is worse than all of them put together. Stick by and listen to this cuckoo-ness. Hey everybody, welcome back to Guns and Gadgets, your source for Second Amendment news. Just got out of work. It's beautiful outside. Figured I'd record this one outside, so hopefully the audio works with me. Usually when I do a video outside, every car in the state drives by. There's one now. This is usually a quiet road, so let's see how this goes. So, old Pocahontas has released her plan on what she's going to do to us law-abiding gun owners should she be elected president. I'm going to run down it. I'm going to give you the nitty-gritty, because if I went into detail on all of it, we'd all be sick and die. So she starts out with her plan saying, as president, I will immediately take executive action to rein in the out-of-control gun industry. Now, she's going to do that a couple different ways. She also says she'll break the NRA's stranglehold on Congress, okay? And she'll also send Congress a comprehensive gun violence prevention legislation. That's red flag, extreme risk protection order. Executive order on several things. And the one will be requiring background checks on private sales, to include sales at gun shows, to report multiple purchases. So if you buy 2 guns, you get reported. If you buy large quantities of ammunition, you get reported. She wants to also extend existing reporting requirements on the mass purchase of certain rifles from the southwest border to all 50 states. She wants to raise the minimum age to purchase a firearm to 21, no matter what. Again, so another politician saying, thank you 18, 19, and 20-year-olds for going to war and dying on our behalf. But you're not good enough to do that here in our country legally. Then she goes to the ATF. She wants to strengthen the ATF and allow them to do things that they can't do, but doesn't matter. So she wants the ATF to get rid of their ruling on pistol braces, to make that illegal. So that would be an SBR, thus would be forced under the NFA, and they could tax you, or you couldn't have what they would term an SBR, even though it's just a regular AR pistol. She also wants to roll back the loosening of the Trump administration, their policy on 3D printing of firearm parts. She wants to regulate 80% lowers, putting them under the NFA to treat them as a machine gun. That's right, just a chunk of aluminum that is a paperweight. She then says she wants to ensure that safe, responsible gun ownership is a standard for everyone. So she'll do this. Create a federal license. And this license, she says, we have a license to drive cars, so Congress should establish similarly straightforward federal licensing for firearms and ammunition. Except, Liz, you get a license because there's nothing in the Constitution or the Bill of Rights about driving. There is about firearms. She promises also by executive action to close the quote-unquote Charlestown loophole, and that she refers to as if you go to buy a gun and the NICS system doesn't come back with your full background check within 3 days, you're currently allowed to purchase that, but she wants to stop that. Here's the kicker. It comes to taxes. So you might remember there's a famous quote in history, it's no taxation without representation, and old Liz is off her rocker. I shouldn't call her Liz. Chief Spreading Bull is going cuckoo on the taxes here as well. Currently, handguns are taxed at 10% and ammunition is taxed at 11%. She wants to raise those to 30% tax for handguns and 50% tax for ammunition. Her quote on this is awesome. She says, these taxes raise less in revenue than the federal excise tax on cigarettes, domestic wine, or even airline tickets. Taxation is theft, Liz. Theft. You didn't pay a lot of taxes. Remember, you don't pay a lot. Remember how your tax returns? Remember that? She also is bold, and she says that they want to raise the taxes on handguns and ammo because, quote, both to reduce new gun and ammunition sales overall and to bring in new federal revenue. so that we can use that for gun violence prevention and enforcement of existing laws. You could already enforce existing laws, you Pocahontas. She wants to establish a federal 7-day wait period on firearms purchases, and it's going to be 7 business days. There's no way they'll give you credit for a weekend. She wants a federal cap on firearm purchases, 1 per month, period. Then we get into let me use the air quotes. I know this pisses some of you off, but this is how phony their stuff is. They're military-style assault weapons. She wants to reinstitute another assault weapon ban. Anybody who currently possesses one of those scary rifles must register those guns under the NFA, so an assault weapon ban and a gun registry. And of course the government would not institute a registry or registration without what? A confiscation. So old liar Wather wants to address that as well. So there will be a mandatory federal gun buyback program. Yeah, right. Now those people who wish to turn their guns in would be doing that so that they could be disposed of properly. And if you choose not to do any of those and you refuse, then you're going to face some type of federal penalty. Next on her list is standard capacity magazines. She would like to ban those. Also wants to ban accessories that make firearms more dangerous, like trigger cranks, silencers, and other similar items. She also wants to remove the protections that the gun manufacturers have that stops the average, Jimmy Joe rocks and socks on the street sue a maker of a firearm because of the evil deed that an individual person did. She wants that to go away. And she also wants to hold CEOs of firearms companies personally responsible financially for things perpetrated with weapons or items that are made by their company. Then she wants to tax the NRA out of existence by, this was kind of elaborate. She wants to create a corporate tax of 7% to every dollar a company reports on profits above $100 million, and an excessive lobbying tax that will tax at 35% to firms that spend $500,000 on lobbying. A 60% tax levy would apply to firms that spend above $1 million on lobbying, and a 75% tax if they spend over $5 million. You're just begging for a revolution. So in a nutshell, these are all the things she wants to do to us. I'll give you a quick rundown as a recap. Raise tax on handguns 30% to 30%. Raise tax on ammo to 50%. To reduce gun sales and ammo sales. Tax the NRA and the gun lobby out of existence. Hold gun and ammunition manufacturers accountable for people's evil deeds. Hold gun CEOs personally accountable for the same. Red flag federal extreme risk protection order. Private sale background checks. Report multiple purchases. A new assault weapon ban. A new firearms registry. A mandatory buyback, that's called a gun confiscation. Penalties for refusing to do that. She wants to raise the age to purchase a firearm to 21. She wants to ban 3D printing of firearms parts. She wants to regulate 80% lowers and make them machine guns under the NFA, basically. She wants to ban the use of pistol braces. She wants to create a federal gun license. She wants to remove the 3-day rule for the NICS checks. She wants to create a week wait period when purchasing a firearm. She wants to limit our ability to purchase whatever the hell we want legally to 1 gun a month. She wants to ban standard capacity magazines. She wants to ban trigger cranks. She wants to ban silencers. She wants to ban your ability to own a firearm if you have been convicted of a misdemeanor hate crime. There's a lot of things. I know people are going to say hate crimes are terrible. Yes, they are. But there are a lot of things in this country that are considered a hate crime that are misdemeanors. She also wants to add to the Gun-Free Zone Act, including colleges and universities. And she wants to repeal the Lawful Commerce in Arms Act, which would hold dealers and manufacturers personally liable for the acts of somebody else, an evil deed. Please pass this along. It's just crazy what they're trying to do, and they will stop at nothing. So we're going to have to stop them. Pass it along. Please subscribe to the channel. This is where you're going to get this type of news. Until we see each other again, be safe, stay vigilant, and carry your weapon. Take care, everybody.